Priyanka.
Hey, I'm Tina. And we're
Between Two Skeins.
We're a Five of Friends pod.
Of our dreams. We said your dreams, but maybe they'll be your dreams too. They're our dreams for sure.
Yes.
We've been wanting to do this for a while.
Yeah.
So
Welcome to our place.
What are you wearing?
Okay.
Tell us.
I made the Battenberg cardigan
That's right.
because you influenced me to make one. And I saw yours,
yeah.
which is also what Priyanka's wearing today.
Incidentally. It's almost like we knew we were
Right,
gonna,
we're gonna dress like this.
Yeah.
It's from Pong Pong Mags.
Cardigan too. Oh yeah. So that's the original, and then we put our own little twist on it.
Mm-hmm.
I love yours because you have the shawl collar.
Yes. I frogged this so many times to get it right, but finally I got it.
Is that knit or crochet? You
Crocheted. I did a single crochet. Are you proud of me?
I'm so proud.
I turned and everything.
Wow.
I did short rows in crochet, single crochet. Wow. I even know a term.
Oh my god! I'm so impressed.
Right?
This is amazing. You're now a crochet designer too.
No, I'm not. No.
You just did this.
I just added on top of the pattern.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
I cheated. I just knit a rib, and
Oh, I
I did the balloon sleeves.
I like your sleeves. So mine made my sleeves too long, so I just have it folded under. On the sleeves. It was one crochet square too long. So.
That's nice though. It's a little like cuff,
Yeah.
but invisible.
Very warm.
Yeah.
It's very warm.
This looks exactly like in Mulan.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes! I love it.
Oh my god, it's awesome.
I used a bunch of scrap yarn.
Yeah, this is a scrappy project.
Yeah.
That's a good one for that.
And then I got wool in the Andes for the seams
Same.
because you told me to.
That's what I did, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't, all my scraps were obviously like pink and red, and that's my color scheme, and I was like, I gotta put it against like one or the other background. There's nothing I can, nothing else will really be that interesting, or it might be too much if I did anything besides like black or white, is what I was originally thinking. And then, I don't know, I saw this blue, and it made me think of those, like, Instagram pictures you see of, like, Morocco.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's, like, blue and pink, and it's just all so vibrant together, and I was like, oh, it has to be that. That's what this is.
Yeah.
And
It goes very well together.
I feel like it's very loud.
I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing.
It's not.
It's not a bad thing at all.
I struggle to find it wearable, but,
There's like a time and a place for it.
Yeah, it's definitely very, like, fancy.
Yeah. You know this with like a...
It's like overdressed to brunch.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's what this is. So, or podcast host.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Oh,
I ended up with this, but I think I'm learning to like it more.
I like it.
Like, use it
It goes
more.
with what else you're wearing.
Which is your tank top. Designed by Tina Say, the brush of color.
Yeah, and it's like, we read each other's mind.
We do.
Oh, we're so cheesy.
No, this is the perfect
outfit.
This is the perfect outfit. It's knit and crochet.
Yeah.
And it's just all the things we love.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Oh my god, I love crochet now.
I know.
I'm like obsessed with
You
it.
have taken off with it in like a different direction.
It just feels
You're doing
nice.
pants, you're doing that knit one,
Yeah.
and you're doing so many test crochets, like, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's one of the best ways for me to learn something.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just try it.
Yeah, just try it.
Yeah.
If I fail, we'll try again.
Yeah.
With something else.
Yeah. I like crochet in between knitting. I find like I'd like to have time away from it sometimes, and crochet is really good for that. It's like meditative in a different way. It's like really soothing.
Yeah, and I've been knitting a lot of stockinette lately, so I needed like a break in between knitting because it was hurting my arm.
You're doing the same. Yeah, it's nice to do. And once you get into spinning, that'll be your next one in that rotation.
Yes. Okay. And then I'll teach you.
So
look at my sewing machine. It's here. It's here. It's the one that I've had since forever.
Is this the one that traumatized you?
No. That's sewing machines from college. Those were the machine. It looks like that machine right there, the serger that I have, but like more intense as well. But like with this in it. This is what I made my prom dress on back in the day.
You can't say that and not have a picture.
Oh, I don't have a picture right now, but I'll maybe.
You'll find one.
I'll find one.
You'll find one to
right
somewhere
here.
here.
I'll find one. But it was blue satin or taffeta ruched in the center.
Ooh.
Mermaid.
I've seen it.
I think you have. It has a
posted
mermaid
it in your
thingy.
story sometime.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's of an era. They're iconic.
Okay.
That early 2000s, like early aughts,
Yep.
Britney.
Early 2000s. Okay.
Yeah, like the skirt over the jeans vibe, like. It's
yeah.
It's in that family.
Yeah, I think so.
Isn't
I think
that
I'm a little behind. Oh yeah, shouldn't we be knitting?
We should be knitting.
Yeah, well, I guess this is the time to pull out our knitting.
Great segue.
Yeah.
So, I'm working on this beautiful striped section of a pocket from an upcoming Tina Say pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Pockets Full cardigan.
Yes.
And this went through like 3 iterations. And I've come back to the stripes after trying too many things, honestly. I was trying to be too clever. I should have just gone with, so I started doing the stripes out of laziness. I got to like this first part, I finished, and then I realized I was going to have to do this repeat block X number of times, and I just didn't want to have to count somehow.
Oh.
So I was like, this is one block.
Oh, I see. But that's so smart.
And once I did it, I was like, ooh, that's kind of cool. Let me try something else.
Yeah.
And it was like, you're being too clever now. Just run with the one good idea you had. So I was forced...
One good idea at a time.
Yeah, one good idea at a time. Just let it, run its course and then try it later. So I came back to it, and I have to finish the pocket now because I'm so behind because
It's all good.
Supposed to be test knitting this for you, and I'm probably one of the last people to finish, maybe potentially even after your release, because I'm sure I will go through this whole thing with the back.
Yeah.
And the sleeves.
Yeah.
So
that's totally fine with me.
Very sorry.
Yeah. No. I'm very lax. For me, if it's about the time, it's fine. I just want to know, like, if there's something wrong with my pattern, if I'm going to release it. But it sounds like the pattern is great, it's just people run out of time. And that's totally fine.
Yeah. You're such an understanding, I feel you're such an understanding designer. I think whenever I've seen you receive feedback on patterns too, like, you've taken it in, and I find them almost the easiest to read, that to the extent that, like, sometimes when I encounter a pattern that is unlike yours, or is, like, different, I struggle a little to get into it, because, like, it almost is just
like
much
jarring.
more readable. Yours has become so much more to
Really?
absorb what I'm doing. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Well, I'm glad.
I really struggle with the long,
Lengthy
essay
paragraph.
before you start, you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, where do I cast on?
Yeah. Where are the actual instructions?
Yeah, just let me
Yeah.
get to it. I'll come back and read the story, too. I'm going to be bored at some point. But just, like, give me a second to, like, you know, I got my yarn ready. I just want to go.
Yeah.
I just want to rock. I hate that song. And it's on in Joe's car every time. It's just also why I hate getting into it. Anyway. So that's my whip.
Okay.
What's yours?
My whip is the Love Magic Dress by Disco Stitch.
I love what you've done with the neck.
The neckline. I'm actually pretty happy with how it turned out. I was really scared because I couldn't really try it on until a certain point. And I was like, I hope it's not too low or too high.
It's perfect.
But it looked good on.
You have to tell me your mod in detail because I want to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I want to have a Love Witch dress too.
Mhm.
I was not a dress girly for a very long time because
Me too.
I was forced to wear a skirt as the
Mhm.
uniform in school, and you know, went through like a period of being. Well, I mean, I don't think I've ever been very comfortable in my body, but extreme discomfort in all of that, and I just hated skirts and dresses for the longest time. I was like, pants forever. But I recently like them more, so I want to try to knit one. Then.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. It's really simple. It's actually not too bad. It's just taking the instructions in the round and just making it knit flat to a certain point and then connect.
Oh.
But all I did also for the edging is just like a 1x1 for like 2 or 3 repeats at the edge.
No, that's perfect. I like it.
But I'll let you know in detail.
Yeah.
What I did.
Just give me the hacks.
And if anybody else wants the details, I'll maybe write it out and
in a blog
put
post.
it somewhere. Yeah. So let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty sweet.
Yeah. But now that I'm knitting a whole bunch of stockinette, it gets a little bit tiring on my wrists because I'm getting old, apparently. But yeah, that's when I have to switch to crochet, which I have been working on that as well.
You have a crochet whip?
Yep, I do have a crochet whip. Do you have another whip as well, or is that your only whip?
No, this is my only one because I just started to get overwhelmed with all of my. Well, I do have some other whips, but they're like, because I like to pretend that I'm a monogamous knitter, they go into like deep sleep state or deep storage.
Yeah.
You know, so there's one, the Bolt sweater. I like, what's his name?
Max the Knitter?
Yes. Sorry. That guy.
Yeah.
I like his patterns a lot.
Yeah.
But that one I'm delaying because, you know, it could potentially be like a cursed sweater. So I'm just holding on to like
some time there.
I'll just like, if I'm really sick of everything, because it's just, again, it's stockinette flat. So, woo.
I'm trying to balance. Anyway,
you're like doing a little
me.
magic trick here, and I'm just like,
just completely ignore me. Completely ignore me. Go ahead.
No, this is
I
beautiful.
got pretty excited for some reason.
No, this is very exciting. This is the pants.
This is the pants. I finished all 52 squares
For your solar
for my
flare.
solar flares pant. Crocheted granny squares.
Wow. And
And
each
now-
one.
Yeah.
And that matches this?
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Is this, oh my
It
god.
matches like my brush color tank too.
This is a whole outfit once you finish
Yeah.
that. You have an entire,
Pant.
you made look.
Crochet look!
And it'll be
Oh my
like
god, where am I gonna wear that to?
It's a
That's
cord.
another-
It's a coordinated, like, a
Yeah,
set, too.
I love it. Oh, it's gonna be a whole thing.
I am obsessed.
So that's the crochet one.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were just doing the most.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I'm trying my best. Not trying to put too much pressure on myself.
Once you get the pants done, I want to see them, and and then I might copy you for that too.
Yeah, a whole look, man.
I know. I love being influenced by you. I think
you influence me so much more.
No.
Yes.
But you, like, run with it. It's beautiful. I just have, like, one idea, and then I'm stuck, like, this. You know? I can't go anywhere with it. Anyway.
That's not true.
I think we're just a good team.
I think so.
Yeah.
We influenced each other.
Are we talking about our January makes?
Oh,
finished
yeah.
Objects?
I guess, yeah.
Let's do that.
Shit, what did I make? I'm just kidding. I think it's this, actually. That's it.
This is all of January?
This was all of January.
I feel like you had other stuff you finished. You just don't remember.
No, I don't. That's a great... I'm getting February and January confused.
Yeah, I had nearly nothing done in January because...
Holidays.
Yeah, the holidays, and I did a lot of making as my gifts.
Oh,
you know, I was like that annoying person that just refused to buy you something. I'm like, no, I'll make it.
No, that's not true.
And so I crocheted you the bag.
Yes, the bag.
It's a little crossbody bag. Which,
Yes,
you know,
okay.
We're not doing December makes. We're doing January.
But it's a friend's make that
and it's Valentine's
so
themed.
Fucking cute. I mean, excuse me.
It goes with your outfit.
No, it's so cute.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's such a look.
It's a look.
This is a vibe. You need to
do
do
whole
like
vibe.
a shoot. Hi, Diana. Sorry, she's off.
Look at all these colors.
I know.
Look at this pink. This is purple pink. It's like matches it perfect.
You are just a mood.
This is gonna be a whole fit. Oh my god.
We have to do it.
Oh, okay.
We have to do like a mini, series alongside this.
Yes.
Where you put together the look that we talked about.
Oh, I know the photographer that we can do it with too. The one who does all my photography. Tatara.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
She does amazing photography.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. What's your January makes?
Let's do it. Well, the first one I want to do, because that's like a high note for me, is this Mama's little scarfette that you designed.
Oh, yeah.
Again. It does kind of go with my outfit too.
Oh my god, it does.
And I love it because it's like a little cute.
Yeah.
When you made this, I actually immediately wanted to make it because I always like get all like, I don't want something up here to like keep me warm.
Yeah.
Because it's always like too much or weird, or I don't like the shape of cowls sometimes. So when I saw this, I was like, perfect. And then you got me the wool for it, the yarn for it as my Christmas present, and I was like, yeah, I can make it now, like right now. I don't have to wait to figure out. So it was like so perfect. So I love this one.
The right colors.
I have some left, and I have been thinking about adding a fringe.
Ooh,
I feel like that would be really fun. So, but I was like toying with the idea. I wanted your approval, and now I have it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love it. Yeah.
So this one.
Yes.
But my other one was kind of a fail, and I'm really sorry. But I'm trying to lean into it, and I think I'm finding my stride. This is the Brooklyn cardigan.
Yay.
So I tested this very poorly. Sorry. For Tori Knits. NYC, I think her handle is on Instagram. And Tori's, I like her designs. I liked her Brooklyn pullover as well, the raglan. And I was like, oh, perfect, I'll have like a matching cardigan.
Yeah.
Maybe if I met Gage. But I think I'll redo it. I was thinking about trying it again because this yarn is so fun.
Oh, yeah.
And then I found the perfect buttons for it. So I do want to give it a proper go. Maybe like...
Are you going to unravel this one?
Yeah. And do like a smaller size or something. But I do like it like this as well.
Mhm.
The only problem is that the neck droops too much as well.
Okay.
And I feel like it's just become too misshapen because I didn't. It's not meant to be like this deep, the shoulder, you know, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So anyway, I messed it up, but I still love it a lot because
the buttons are perfect.
the buttons are perfect. I like this pattern. I like that, you know, it's pretty simple and it kind of, this is like a fun pop here, but then I like that the sleeves are textured so you don't entirely get bored. And I mean, you would know that I like texture because you do a lot of texture in your knit, so like that's the little thread. That's what hooked me on this idea.
The texture.
Yeah. And I really like when I touch it too, it's a lot of fun too.
Oh,
it's just the, what is it called? A seed stitch? Moss stitch? It's one of those.
Moss stitch, yep.
And it's just fun. I don't know. I like it.
I like it too.
It's just...
It happens. Gauge happens.
It happens. It happens. It
happens all the time.
You know, I was doing this not really paying attention because I was kind of burned out from making so much for like the gift, you know, knits and stuff. And that I was doing like at a crunch, you know, like I was
with
like,
the gifting
because I just decided at the beginning of December that I was going to make everybody's gifts.
Yeah.
For some reason. So, like, I was just, like, going from one project to the next, like, I got to get this done. And then I got to January and I had this test knit and I was like, I'm just going to relax. And I relaxed too much. I just really spread out. Let me just bring it back in to, like, normal. And then I took a break from that and I spun instead. So I brought that.
Yay! It's nice to have little breaks in between.
I did this.
Look at that color.
Lime green. I love this color. It's Kumasi. I don't know how to say it.
Can I touch?
Ooh. It's Falkland. And it's so fun to spin this fiber. It's like smooth. I know. To me, it's smooth. I don't think that's the correct word for what it is.
Smooth.
But it's just such
when you're spinning it.
Yeah, like it's just so easy to,
like, it won't break.
Yeah.
Is that one of the fears of spinning on a wheel? Is that the fiber like breaks before you?
Yeah, for me, because I mean, if you don't draft properly, you could, or like, I mean, you could overspin it. It could get. You want it to also try to like be very uniform.
Yeah.
And that can be difficult.
I feel like that's gonna be my struggle.
But
I've never spun before with everybody.
But what I've learned is once you ply, it hides most of those sins. You don't see any of those imperfections. And let me tell you, I am not a very even spinner, I don't think. And there are parts of it where you can see a little bit here that it's a little thick and thin. But it looks pretty uniform, too. Like, the variant isn't as much as it looks like when it's a single. So what I'm saying is when you do it, don't think that you've messed up because you have a lot of thick and thins. Because when you ply, it'll sort of like
even itself out.
Like it's like almost like the average of the two threads.
Okay.
So it'll work out because you might hit a spot where like you were like overly thin on this one, and eventually you'll start to get an understanding of like the staple length and how to draft, and with a wheel is easier, but I think on a spindle is fun too. Anyway, we'll try sometime.
Yes.
Yes. This is part of a project that I started like last year on my birthday.
Yeah.
When you bought me this fiber.
Yeah.
This is like a Targi.
Yes, this was from the
Columbia.
Knit Stars grand opening. Kim Dye Yarns.
Kim Dye's yarn.
Yeah, Kim Dye's yarn. Yeah. I still have mine over there.
Oh, that you're gonna spin.
That I'm going to attempt.
Yes. Don't do
So
that first.
Pretty. Yeah.
We'll do another one.
Okay.
I have a lot of like
Test
yeah, fiber that I don't mind.
Look, that combo is beautiful. That pink and the chartreuse.
And then there's gonna be like a bright orange that I started to spin. So Yeah, I'm almost done. And I'm gonna, once I have all 3 colors, I'm gonna make the penguin cardigan.
Yes, the penguin wing.
Yeah.
Penguin wing. Yes. The knit version.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
And you test knit that.
Yes,
last year.
I did.
And
I did.
We should have a picture here.
Yeah. But actually, it's actually behind you. I'll grab it.
I love that one so much.
Yeah.
So
it's a great pattern. Right here.
That's the one.
Penguin wing. Oh god. Probably better looking on a person.
And yes, so when you test knit this, you used a skein of hand spun that I gave you as a present, as a Christmas present.
Yes.
And then some other hand spun you had
Yes,
as well.
it's all hand spun except for some scrappy parts.
Yeah.
That I did, like, I had some, like, leftover scrap and that I filled it in with. But yeah, it's such a fun construction. It's mostly, like, garter stitch knit from one side to the other.
Wow.
Side to side rather than up and down. And just, like, doing intarsia in garter stitch.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
It's so fun.
I can't wait to start it. I was like weirdly precious about using the yarn that I spun.
Yeah.
So for me, it was much easier to give it away and see other people use it.
Mm-hmm.
So I keep giving you hand spun.
Yeah.
And
I love it though.
Because this way I'm like, it'll get used. But with me, I'm like, at this point, I'm overthinking it. What do I put it in, you know? But
I thought I had it in here.
I just know you were going to use it.
Yes, here it is.
Oh, this is the other one I did.
Yeah, you got this for my was it my birthday?
Christmas.
Christmas and birthday is just so close to each other together. But this is beautiful.
Thank you. This one I combed the fiber too. It was like
it's so soft.
I worked very hard.
Beautiful pink.
Like, my friend who loaned me the wheel also had a bunch of fiber that she bought that she, like, never ended up using.
Mm-hmm.
And it had just sat there, and it smelled, like, really gross, because it had just been sitting there. So I washed it, and then I got carders, and I, like, carded the fiber, and then I spun it, and I was like, this is a real labor of love.
Oh! Just for me. Yeah.
But you'll use it, so I'll finally see
I'll
it.
definitely use it.
But I won't use it, because I'll be like, oh, what do I put it in?
Oh, so. I'll definitely use it. I'll come in handy.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. Do you have any more January makes?
No, I think that's it.
Yay!
You will lead the discussion.
Yeah. Our episode is about friendship breakups.
Yeah, friendship breakups.
Yes.
In
honor of Valentine's Day or Galentine's Day, or now I think there's a Palentine's Day to be
inclusive,
gender inclusive.
Yes.
I
have this huge knot.
In honor of those holidays, or Hallmark holiday, whatever you want to call them, if you celebrate or if you don't. But we're going to talk about friendship breakups because we're cynical.
No,
just kidding.
I think it's a natural progression, right? Our first one we talked about how to become friends and crafting with Asian Sews Collective Pod.
Yep.
And so I don't know, and I think we were thinking about like Galentine's Day because like well, Valentine's Day, but we didn't want to do a Valentine's Day episode. It just sounded too, and like a heartbreak episode sounded too melodramatic as well. So we were like, what about like a friendship breakup? Because those are pretty
common,
rough,
and they're not talked about as much.
We don't talk about it because there's no like way to talk about friendship breakups because there's nothing
to talk about.
I mean,
not that, but sorry. Like, to them, to the other person that you're
savage Capricorn moment. There's nothing to talk about. Just deal with it.
I didn't mean it like that. I meant closure.
Talk about
no! What I mean is, like, there's no closure with that person.
Yeah, and there's...
Usually, sometimes.
Yeah, and I think that we don't even know how to have them.
No,
because
yeah, exactly.
because we don't know how to...
No one has to, yeah.
Yeah, you don't know how to
You
talk
learn
about it.
only... Either you treat your friend like your romantic significant other, or you treat them like your parents or your siblings, and
Yeah.
It's almost like a third family, like a third classification of
Yeah.
relationships.
But they're so integral to our lives.
They
Our
are.
friends are there for things that many times family can't be there for, isn't there for. And so they end up being, there's just not a way to sort of institutionalize the importance of friendship, so there's no way to talk about it, so we think that it's not as valid or whatever, but they're so important. I mean, our friendship is pretty important to me.
Same. Very much so.
I said threateningly.
I know where you live.
I'm in your house. No, but like, I think we've also experienced like friendships gone awry, and you know, it's confusing to go through feeling that way, or like having someone be a part of your circle and suddenly not, you know, now they're not part of your life anymore, and it's a lot to adjust to, and we don't ever acknowledge that in a way like we would a breakup. Like if you're, you know, not with somebody, we'd be like, oh, you're single? How long have you been single? Or there's like some way to talk about that. There's no one goes like, how long have you been a loser? Like, so what do you do?
How long have you been alone?
Yeah. And friendless. And
no
hermit.
support system. Yeah, it's true.
But, you know, it doesn't mean that it wasn't a terrible thing that happened, that you could have grief.
Exactly. Or just as important. Or like in a good way.
Yeah.
It's a positive thing. So then, what is your earliest memory of friendship?
Oh my god. I think I like had notes about this.
Ah! Is it about the 10 rupees?
10 rupees apple, yeah. Let me remember this. Yeah, so I lived next door to this girl. She was a little bit older than me when I was a kid. And my parents still live in that apartment complex. It's like...
Till today?
Till this day. And eventually this girl like moved away, and this was like pre-internet, pre-cell phone era, the Stone Ages when I was young. You know, like when I was so many years ago. We're not going to talk about it. Anyway, she moved away to somewhere like Singapore, one of the East Asian countries people immigrated to a lot in the 90s was Singapore. And we just lost touch because of that. There was just no way to, you know.
And international phone calling is expensive back then.
Exactly. And, like, not great. And, you know, anyway. This is the 90s.
I know.
We're like the Stone Ages. Anyway. Yeah, she used to call me a 10 rupees apple. Because in India, like, you know, in the 90s, if it was more than, you know, like, an apple was like 2 rupees, which, like, is incalculably cheap. It's probably like 0.05 cents or something. I don't know. And, you know, for her to say, like, a 10 rupees apple was to say, like, you're an outrageously expensive, like, you're such a good apple. You're the best.
Oh.
You're so amazing.
So the higher the price.
I would pay 10 rupees for an apple like you. Like, is what she was saying. And I just thought that was so sweet. And it was such a... That's the earliest friend I remember having.
Oh.
What about you? I want to know yours.
Oh, that's a great question. So, back then, as a child, I thought everybody was my friend.
Oh.
Because I was so naive. Or happily... I don't know.
Maybe everybody was your friend.
Maybe. I think...
That's a beautiful way of seeing the world. Because, you know, Joe,
you think so?
even to this day, just thinks everybody is his friend.
Wow.
And
I don't know what happened with me then. That it just, like, disappeared. But back in the day, I thought everybody really was my friend. That, like, everybody liked me.
Yes.
And...
they do.
No, it's not true at all. I've offended quite a lot of people. As a kid, as a teenager. I've said some dumb stuff, I think. And, I don't remember what they were. But anyway, it's talking about, friendship breakup. But my earliest memory of a friendship, I think, was... first grade? Was it first grade? My God. I always thought, like, friends is people who got invited to your birthday parties,
Yeah.
But not realizing that I wasn't the person inviting these people.
Yeah.
So, I went to elementary school with a lot of Chinese families in Queens, New York. And my parents became their parents' friends, and...
so the kids were your friends.
So the kids were my friends.
Yeah.
And so my idea was friendship was because they were invited to my birthday.
That's their friends.
And so... but I am still friends with one of them till this day.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't
That's so sweet.
get in touch too often, but when we do, we kind of check in on each other when we can.
Aww.
Happy birthdays and stuff.
I love that.
Yeah.
Look at this nightmare.
Oh.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
But with, Asian families, sorry, I got thirsty. All the kids became, like, competitive, or at least the parents kind of made it a competition, like, my kid's better than yours type thing.
Oh,
and I didn't like that too much. Not in any fault to the kids. I think it's, but not also. I'm giving some grace to immigrant parents as well. That it might look bad that they did what they did, but they did what they did so that we would have a better life. So that's what I try to remember now as an adult. Did not think that way as a child.
Yeah.
But knowing what I know now about the struggles that they went through, the fact that they kind of hid it so well from us, or maybe we just didn't understand because we were so absorbed with our
own problems.
Yes, with our own problems, quote unquote.
Yeah.
As American kids, and not to invalidate our experiences as with the racism that some of us, a majority of us went through, but our experiences are valid too, but our parents also had stuff that they didn't tell
Everybody
us.
was going through it.
Yeah. Really, at the end of the day, everyone just has to realize that everyone has a life that is different than yours.
Yes.
And everyone, in one way or another, might be struggling with something.
Yeah.
And that maybe we just shouldn't judge people too quickly.
Yeah, I agree.
So.
Yeah, we all going through it.
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
Yeah. It really is.
This is some real emo Tina.
Oh my God, you're right.
No, I love it. No, I mean, but it's true. I mean, the hardest people to realize that about first is our parents.
Yeah.
And then I think unintentionally next would be our relationships, like friends,
Mm-hmm.
where we just don't think that something else might be. We don't know everything, right, about each other's lives, but that doesn't mean we can't be understanding and respectful about it.
Yes.
But
which goes into why friendships break up.
Oh,
right.
Man, I've had so many. I was like trying to think of one for this episode because obviously we knew we were going to talk about it.
Yeah.
But, I was like, what's sad is that I have so many examples to choose from.
Oh, same.
Because, I think that made me understand something my therapist once told me, which was that, like, not all friendships last forever, and this is very common and true, like, as a fact. And I was like, no, it's just mine. All of mine are terrible and nobody wants to be with me. That's why all my friendships have ended. And she was like, all your friendships have not ended. But I have had to leave behind a lot of... I feel like I went through eras where I just had to lose touch with them or, like, end them completely via losing touch, you know. And always felt like I had to start over. And every single time that happened with a move, and I always made very big moves, like...
across countries and continents.
Yes, like, I just never stayed anywhere similar to, like, be able to stay in touch with those friendships. And I think each time I have bettered my ability to choose friends that are a positive influence in my life. I think that for a long time I was doing what, like, like, small T trauma survivors, or even just trauma survivors, tend to do, which is, like, repeat a scenario to try and gain control of it, but end up stuck in the same cycle.
Oh, okay.
You know? So I would be like, no, this time, this person, this friendship that makes me feel this way is not going to end up, you know, in a world of heartbreak for me, because I'm going to do X, Y, Z to change the outcome. And, like, it would just never work, because what I needed to do was not pursue the type of friendship with somebody who is overbearing and, you know.
Someone you can't control. Realizing that other people, you can't really control them.
Yeah, I do tend to, as a people pleaser, I do tend to attract people who want somebody who will just do everything for them. You know, and I would end up stuck in that cycle a lot of constantly trying to make them love me, and it just would end up being them trying to control me in the end, and it would just go up in flames. But,
yeah. Well, I hope I'm not that for you.
No, never.
But that also solidifies the fact that it is possible for you to break that cycle.
Oh, yeah, and I think a lot of that came down to just growing up and realizing that's never going to happen. I don't think that anybody... I mean, I would like to hope that having gone to therapy sooner.
Yeah, right.
I might have been quicker to, like, learn this lesson, but there's, you know, I mean...
There's a lot of circumstances that lead you to what it is, yeah.
It is what it is, and I think we knew so little about how to deal with anything.
Yeah.
Whether it's talking about it or even just feeling it. You know, like, when I look back upon, like, stories of, like, friendships that have gone awry in my life, so much of it in my mind is centered around, like, my weight. I was a fat kid, and so, like, it's always, like, in my head when I look back that I felt like an outsider with my cousins because I was fat. And the truth is that was a part of it. You know, kids were mean to fat kids. Bullying was pretty common in India growing up, and you would get a lot of, like, you know, that was my first experience of, like, mean girls, you know, that I had to learn to befriend, and I couldn't, I couldn't figure it out. So this, like, cousin would, you know, treat me awfully because I think some of it was because I was bigger. Some of it was because I was from a different city. They all lived in one together, and they spoke the same language. And we would spend summer vacations in each other's homes because her mother was my dad's sister.
Okay.
And so she would sometimes come to our house for, like, summer vacation and stay here. And my mom very much wanted to ingratiate herself, and she was also, like, her way of people pleasing was to go above and board for the guest.
Yeah.
Because they have to see us as so-and-so, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so this girl would come to my house and get treated like a princess, things that I don't even get. Meanwhile, I'm in boarding school for most of the year, so this is like my only time with my parents, and I have to share it with her, like the limelight of it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a very strained relationship, and I think that was one of the beginning issues of, like, I think learning to, or trying to be friends with women. I was constantly trapped in the cycle of, like, having to please somebody who just was never going to be pleased because they didn't like me, but also being forced to get, you know, any sense of satisfaction from that acknowledgement. Like, you know, my mom was doing the same thing, right? She was trying to please these in-laws who were, they just didn't give a crap about this, and we were just breaking our hearts over it for no reason. And I think that was one of my first experiences of friendship, and it blew up. I mean, in like a crazy way, because of me, because she stole my Harry Potter candy. Don't do that, by the way. To anybody who knows kids who are in boarding school, my God, stuff is so important.
Wow.
When you don't get to be at home.
Right.
So, it sounds crazy, but, like, you know, I was obsessed with Harry Potter, like almost every other kid that age. But in India, it was kind of a sleeper hit, or at least pre-internet. It was hard to connect with like-minded people. Because now everybody's a Harry Potter fan, even there. I mean, I'm not anymore, but like I used to be huge. Before we knew all the things that we know today. But yeah, I mean, I related to it because I was like, you know, a weird outcast kid in boarding school that got bullied a lot. So it was like easy for me to disappear into
fantasy.
Yeah, that fantasy. But anyway, what were we talking about?
Friendship breakups. Well, you basically talked about one there.
Yeah.
Any I mean, how do you recover from those? Like, I mean, I personally been through a few myself as well, and honestly, over the years, it's just been less painful.
It sounds like it, isn't it, though?
Huh?
I'm sorry.
What did you say?
You can edit that out.
Oh.
I said it sounds like it isn't, though.
Oh. Well, I mean, okay, so maybe I'm just getting better at hiding it, or not feeling it, but most of the time it's not been my fault, and let me rephrase that. It's probably part my fault, but what I mean by not my fault is that I didn't instigate the breakup. Like, I did not want it to happen. Like, or yeah. And usually how I recover from it is,
see,
the most hateful thing is when I did it is that, I used to do it, is that I found some reason to hate them. Which I did in normal breakups. Like, not normal breakups, sorry, rephrase. Romantic breakups as well. Yeah. As well as friendship breakups. I find some reason to hate them. And that's not healthy. Don't do that. I don't encourage that either. Because, honestly, most of them were good people, and they had other things going on in their lives, and understanding that again, you can't control people. And that's hard. That was hard for me to figure out.
Except.
Yeah.
They're always going to be unpredictable.
Yeah. And why am I so unhappy? Because I've never been working on myself. And that's what I'm working on in therapy now, is to figure out how to work on myself and stop deflecting my stuff and care about everyone else's stuff first. To deflect from my stuff, I guess. How do you recover from them?
I feel like I was gonna say earlier that I have the opposite experience to you, which is where I end all of them. I have a big
Oh, really?
meltdown, and I've always been the one saying, I'm out of here.
Oh, okay.
I think it's weird, like, I have, like, enough self-esteem to not continue to put up with, but not more than that to overcome it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll get to a point of being like, all right, this is where I still have just, like, maybe this much dignity left, so I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I don't know, I would much rather have a big, messy blow-up, end it all conversation than pretend to continue to be okay with stuff that I can't get over.
Yeah.
It'll be... I always feel personally wronged in those situations. Like, the cousin, she stole my candy, and she asked my parents not to wake me up when she was being taken to the airport, like, to return home. So it was premeditated. She had decided to steal it. And in fact...
Wow!
And in fact, it was doubly a betrayal because I had wanted to see her off. So I remember waking up and being like, what happened? And they were like, oh, she left and she said not to wake you. And, I had been forced to share all of my stuff with her that summer because she was visiting.
Right.
And this was the one thing, and she didn't even care about Harry Potter. And this was the one thing I had been saving for myself, and it was gone. And my parents hadn't known, hadn't stopped her, and I was furious.
Wow.
In the days of the internet, like before the internet, it was easier to, cut someone out because you didn't have to see them everywhere. And I was like...
Or have access to you.
Yeah, I was like, I am done. I thought we'd, like, turned a corner, this visit, we're all older. I mean, listen, this is, like, when I was 12, 13 years old. And it sounds insane to be, like...
No, not at all.
Rehashing it as a 13-year-old.
Not at all.
And there have been times I've talked about this with, other people, and they've just been like...
Hey, that shit was a big deal back in the day, man.
And
we have to honor that about ourselves as children. That we were freaking children.
Wronged. Yes.
We were children. Like, we can't apply adult rationality and understanding to a 12-year-old. You just can't.
Yeah,
it's impossible.
I was like, what was the next question for me?
Okay, the next question for you was, what have you learned from your past friendship breakups? About yourself, about friendships in general.
What have I learned from them? I think that it is okay for people to be in your life for a certain period of time and for it to end. And sometimes it ends poorly. You'd rather it didn't, but sometimes it does. And that's okay. I think that we should acknowledge it as a relationship that is, valid and worthy of, like, grieving and recovering from. Yeah. And
it is an end of something.
And accept that it's possible for that to happen too. I mean, we do that when we look at romantic relationships, and we acknowledge that, it's... You try. Yeah. Sometimes, and you keep hoping that it works. That's what it is. And sometimes it ends, and it's for reasons you can't, control.
I think it's also important to realize that, like, because humans change, like, we evolve so much, and we change, that it is very possible the other person changes too, and they're just no longer the person that
needs to be...
You thought they were, or, or maybe that's not your type of person anymore. Yeah. That's also okay too, because again, we're all on our own paths, and we all have different paths, and when we change paths sometimes we are going a different direction than our friends are, and it happens.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I think that's very...
Same with romantic relationships. Honestly, all relationships are the same.
That's true. Except we don't, do the same things.
No.
Same activities.
No. Whoa.
Oh, a slight roll there.
Yeah.
Let's just take a turn. All relationships are the same. No. I mean, I get what you're saying.
The principle or the idea behind them.
I'm sure when we put this out, this is going to be driving somebody completely insane. That I won't just untangle it. That I just keep like suffering with this nightmare. It's fine. We're not talking about it again.
It's your process.
This is part of the process.
Yeah.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. Okay. Welcome!
So we're playing the best friend game.
Yes. Fiber edition.
Fiber edition. And
So
we're going to guess each other's answers to these questions.
Okay.
And see if we're right.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm going to write it down on this. Okay, I'm going to
Yeah,
start.
so the first one is, what is your favorite Tina Say Knit? So what is my favorite Tina Say Knit? And what is your favorite Tina Say Knit?
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. I think your favorite Tina Say Knit is the wavelength. Is it correct?
Yeah, you're right. That's my favorite one.
Yay! Okay. What do you think mine was?
I think yours is Home Sweet Home.
It is! Oh my god! So this works!
It worked.
Wow!
I was kind of nervous. I was
Me
like,
too. I
well,
was
we're
like,
going to find out something or what?
right. Are we gonna have to have a newt friendship breakup on camera? Okay.
Okay, what is your favorite finished object? Like, ever?
Oh, wow. Your favorite. What do you think my favorite finished object is?
Battenberg.
Oh!
I'm wrong. Which one is it?
It's not, unfortunately.
Oh,
I think it's still the Home Sweet Home.
oh, it is perfect.
Yeah.
I should have gone with that, but I was like, because of the newness, I thought maybe this had edged it out.
Okay. But yeah, no.
Still Home Sweet Home.
Yeah. Because
It
I
is
think I would
perfect.
wear that one more.
You do.
Yeah.
I've seen you wear it a lot.
Yeah. But that's maybe more most worn. Anyway. Well, okay. Alright. And I think your favorite finished object ever is, I don't know the name of the pattern, but I think it's the Wandering Flock sample that you did. That you tried on at the Wandering Flock studio.
Oh, yeah.
And then you did it in that beautiful color.
Yes.
What's that?
My most worn is probably my wavelength.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
I like to wear that one a lot. I wear it quite easily, too. I think it fits really well. I think I just made it perfectly mine. And that's why I like it so much.
Oh, that's good.
Maybe that's my favorite.
Really? The wavelength?
Yeah.
Wow. We chose
We
each
both, the favorite,
Is it Tina
the
Say
knit,
Knit?
and that's also the favorite finished object.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. We should have stayed with
The original
the
answers.
tried and true.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Okay. Color your knit with the roses.
Color your knit
This
with
is
the
too
rose.
easy for
Oh, is it though? Is it? Okay.
I said purple and gray.
Okay. That's yes.
That's correct.
Yes. And pink! Pink, everybody! Pink! And I'm not wrong.
It's my problematic fave. I love her forever. By the way, this is a great combo.
Yeah.
I need to do this in a knit. And you too.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Alright.
Okay, weirdest knitting and making habit.
Yours?
Weirdest knitting habit? Making habit? I don't know. I guess. What's yours? What did you say about me?
I said how you knit. Okay.
You knit.
Oh, you knit through the back loop.
I
That's
do.
what I put in there. But it's stockinette somehow. Like
Yeah.
regular.
I don't know. I also probably purl weird then.
Yeah. So how you knit is really
that
is your weirdest knitting habit. How you knit.
No, that's true. It's so true. I said for you color confidence.
Oh, you're right.
You second guess. She is so good with colors, but you still second guess yourself.
I do. I need to just lean into it.
Yeah.
I need to just go for it.
You still just go for pink. Always go for pink.
Go for pink. And you always go for... You go in this
exact
family.
Colors. These colors are representing us today.
That's true. I go from, like... I do the warm tones and you do the cool tones.
I do.
We just need to find green home somewhere.
Yeah. It can be... Because I really like the chartreuse in yours, but it is a warmer tone.
Yeah. But it works. Yeah.
Teal is closer to
also
the cooler
works.
side. Yeah.
And like neon.
Yes, neon anything.
Very well with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
Least
favorite technique.
Ooh. Should I go first?
No. I go first this time. I'm saying Priyanka's least favorite technique is single ply spinning.
Oh, like to just leave it as single ply? Wow, I didn't even think of spinning. Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah!
But I don't know if it's my least favorite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's your least favorite then?
Lace.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I need to learn to love it. I just...
Okay.
I can't. It's just...
Lace and knitting particularly.
Yes. Lace knitting.
Lace knitting is quite a task.
I know it can be really repetitive and, like, cool, but I don't know. I just don't...
You have to memorize a bigger repeat.
I think that's it. And I always, like, find myself... I've tried it a few times and I'd make a mistake and it would be so frustrating to me to, like, discover it. Because once you see it, it just ruins the whole thing.
That's true. You can't hide it as much in lace.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to guess yours.
Okay, what do you think my least favorite technique is?
Brioche. Knitting.
Really? Actually, no. That's like one of my favorites, actually.
Oh, but you avoid it.
I avoid designing it.
Oh.
Because I don't know how to write. The pattern part of it is really, really hard for me. My least favorite technique is actually twisted rib.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah. That's my least favorite.
I hate it too.
Yeah. That's my least favorite. Brioche, I refuse to design it.
Well, you already knit through the back loop, so what the hell do you do?
I don't know. That's why, but that's the funny thing. My first time following a pattern was a Pearl Soho brioche cowl. I did the whole thing wrong. My sister, I gifted that to my sister, and she loves it. She loved it. I don't know where it went. I think it got washed by accident or something, but she loved it so much, and it was wrong. I knit it wrong. I didn't realize till later on when I did a knit graffiti brioche pattern. Then I realized. I was like, oh.
So I was right. It is brioche.
It was the hardest for me to understand. That's for sure. Oh yeah, it took me a while. Not realizing I did the wrong thing the whole entire time. Okay.
Oh my god. Man. What's your knitting dirty secret?
Oh.
I know this. Okay.
Where do you think my knitting dirty secret is?
I said you leave in mistakes. You don't weave in ends.
Oh! That is so true, because I don't! Where is it? It's on this side. No, you're so right. I don't weave in ends.
Yeah.
I really don't. And I don't fix mistakes either. Although I did frog this one a couple of times, but that's not because of mistakes. That was because I didn't like how it looked.
Yeah,
It's a difference for me for some reason.
Yeah, if it's like if you can get on with it, you're like it's fine. I don't care.
I don't give a shit.
If like a row count is like slightly off, you're like meh.
That's exactly what I do.
Knew it.
That's exactly what I do. Okay. How about okay for you? I wrote something very typical. Is no gauge swatching. Is this correct?
I mean, I brought proof. I literally brought proof of
Yeah.
it. So I'm guilty. I don't swatch. I should swatch. But you know what? Like 99% of the time, I don't need it.
Exactly, but it's that 1%. It's that one finished object out of 100.
I know.
That fucks it up. All right.
Were we supposed to keep score? Let's like watch it and find out what
Yeah.
the score was. And if you win, we go, yay!
Yeah.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
And if I win,
We'll just put you in as yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
this is actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We should just do this like for fun.
Yeah. I think we kind of do, but not in like
Yeah.
a segmented way.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
true.
think we do it. Yeah. Okay.
So what have you been watching?
Okay. So the last time we talked
Bling Empire.
was Bling Empire, and I finished it. Did you finish it?
Yes.
What were we talking about? We were talking about... Oh! Yeah. We had a conversation recently, before we got on camera, about how we liked how... Spoiler alert, right now, if anybody needs to watch Bling Empire.
Everybody needs to watch
yes.
Bling Empire.
We were talking about how we were surprised with how Dorothy talked about Tina as a friend during that beach scene.
It was surprisingly deep, yeah.
It was really sweet of her to
Yes.
talk about her friend that way, and
I think it gave her a lot of depth. I mean, I related to Dorothy off the bat, but
Yes.
she was right. Why is there no food at this party? Okay, and I think I'm also the kind of person who's like, if we're just not meant to be friends, we're not meant to be friends at this stage in my life. I'm not going to try really too hard to make
friendship breakup.
Yeah.
It all comes back around.
See, we planned this.
Yeah.
No, it's just, I don't know. I by the end of the season, I was surprised by the depth to her.
Mm-hmm.
I think
she was being true to herself. She wasn't compromising.
No.
There's something good about that.
And they try to spin it and make it, and it does sometimes come off that way with the reality TV, machine on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you kind of do go like, what's her deal? Why is she being, alright, relax. But it comes through in that moment that, like, she's just a no bullshit person.
Yeah.
And as a person who tries to be like that, I fucks with it.
Yeah. No, I agree. At the end of it, I was like, okay, I get where she's coming from, and I respect that. Like, we respect the hell out of a person like that.
Yeah.
Like you.
Thank you.
We just respect the hell out of you.
I respect the hell out of you, too. You know that.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, she turned out to be cool. I thought Richard,
yes.
His name? God, it was so cringe. I mean, I just couldn't, I didn't understand what his deal was. I'm sorry, dude. Like it's just nothing he was shilling. It was all BS. You know, like, even when he was mad at them, he couldn't even come out and be like, yeah, maybe I used you. He's just like, but your platform.
I think he's like super manipulative and gaslighty in a way.
Yeah, and very, like, controlling. Like, what did you, like, with the other girl, where he's like, why would you say that I'm, when he challenges her.
Dorothy?
Other girl. No, he challenges the Thai girl, the Thai princess.
Oh, I forgot her name. Nam.
When he challenges her, when she takes Dorothy's side a bit, when she says, like, I can see how she might feel used, you're kind of pushy.
Yeah.
He's like, why do you think I'm pushy? And he's like, it's like, you're being pushy right now. stop.
Yeah.
He doesn't has like no self-awareness. He's just a bully.
Yeah.
And he bullies that like hot girl who's his girlfriend.
Vika?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's insane. He's just a gross, like,
Yeah.
he's one of those like fake good guys, and like they're
Yeah.
actually abusive and controlling as fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's
No,
what it's giving.
I agree. I think Vika at the end of the season says no to his proposal. I was like, okay, whew.
Dodged a bullet.
I was like, he needs to grow up a bit. I mean, age doesn't really mean much, but like he needs to grow.
Yeah, he
as
needs
a
some
man.
maturing to do. He needs to have some, I don't know, go to therapy.
Yeah.
I espouse it for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But I went through a Chris Evans thirst phase, right?
Yeah.
Do you recall? I mean, he was like in my
Captain
stories every
America.
day
Yeah.
for like 6 months or so. I
Really
was just
forever.
like, if he sneezed, it was
You
in
would
my
know.
stories.
He was in the first Knives Out.
Oh, that was.
You saw the second one?
Yes, I loved it.
I haven't seen it yet.
You need to see it.
Okay,
You need to see it. Glass Onion. I wanted to talk about that. It's
Okay,
so good.
I have to watch it.
I enjoyed it very much.
Crap.
You know, I went into it like, why would they try to remake Greatness? Because the cable sweater moment, you know, and he's not even in it.
Yeah, that's true.
But then it's so much better.
Wow.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Okay.
I thought it was really good.
Okay, I have to watch that one on.
I thought it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He's so funny, and like it's just like he leans into like the the southern accent. There's just no way for him to do it without it being bad, and he kind of just goes in. It's great. It's so good.
Okay.
It's probably the best thing he's ever done.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll take that.
in my opinion,
Okay.
and I'm definitely right as a Taurus.
Yes, always right. Okay, well, I guess
we should let this end at some point. 'Cause
yeah,
we've been
we could
filming
talk. We
for
could talk forever.
a while.
Yeah, we could talk for
But
a while.
I think I'm glad we did this.
Yeah,
Somehow.
yeah.
Because
After, after a series of unfortunate events.
it was tough getting here.
Yes.
But we made it through COVID, through an ice storm, to I wake up and it's snowing.
Yeah, I
It
did not
snowed,
know.
like I was like, come on.
Yeah,
But I was like, we're getting it done.
yeah, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
We did it.
And we did it.
And it doesn't have to be perfect, but we did it.
Yeah, and I also want to say I really enjoyed how many people have reached out to me and said, like, that they're excited about listening to this. It really, every single time still strikes me as, like, crazy when, anytime someone says it, even if they're just being nice.
Mm.
I'm just like, oh, but you heard about my little thing that I did with my friend on the internet?
Yeah. That's so true.
You know, and I'm so flattered, and
Yeah.
I'm very appreciative of, like, all the appreciation, even so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're
It's
just
been
starting.
really fun. Yeah. And we're just having fun with this, so hopefully you'll
That's
have
important to
fun with
us.
us.
Is
Yeah.
that this needs to be fun.
Yeah.
Because
And
then what's the point of doing it, right?
It
If
is.
it's not fun, why are we doing it? So.
No. Fun only here.
Yeah.
And I had fun.
Yes, me too.
So we'll do this again.
Yes. And you can follow us on Instagram on Between Two Skeins, like our YouTube channel. Follow us individually. I'm Tina Saynitz, TINA.SAY.KNITS on Instagram.
And I'm Pizza Very, so pizza and then VERI. However pizza is spelled. But
Yeah.
I wanted to say also, tell us your, friendship trauma stories in the comments if you want. Because I wanna commiserate,
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together. All relationships are the same.
Call back.
Okay.
All right.
Then
We'll see you next time.
bye.
Bye.